Hello everyone, how are you all doing today? I hope that you are all having a fabulous morning. So today I thought it would be fun if we did another r/ video. What would you do if somebody wronged you? Would you get revenge? Would you forget about them? Or would you just kind of go on with your life? Well, today's subreddit is all about what you do when you need to get that revenge. So let's just jump into it. Woo! I cannot wait for this.
Hit join or message me and let's get started.
Have a story of you or someone you know getting back at someone with pro-revenge after being wronged? Post it here. This subreddit has 1.1 million members and there were about 500 online upon me recording this video. Make sure you give the video a like, subscribe if you're new. Oh yes, today we are doing an r/pro-revenge video. So let's go through some stories of revenge. $10 and a pencil. A post I made in another subreddit reminded me of this one. Enjoy. Alright, let's get into it. A few years ago, after changing jobs, I found myself in a new office with a new phone number. After some orientation, training, and other new hire stuff, I finally get to sit down and do the things. I get my voicemail and answering machine set up the email, and the phone rings. Good morning, engineering. Yeah, when can I take the GED test? Sorry, wrong number. Click, it rings again. Seriously, when can I take the GED test? Like I said, wrong number. Bye. This went on for weeks. 15 to 20 calls a day. People screaming at me for not being the adult learning center. One day, an epiphany. This isn't the adult learning center? Nope. Do you know the number? Check Google. I did. This is the number on their website. Oh, really? A little Google foo of my own, and I dig up a few numbers and give them a call. They tell me that they don't maintain their website and there's nothing they can do about it and it's not their problem. I'm just going to have to deal with it. My favorite line of that conversation was, "What are you gonna do about it? I work for the state. You can't do shit. Bye-bye." And you can imagine that bye-bye just dripping with the condescension that only hubris and decades of Karenhood can muster. Oh, hell no! Let's dance. Are we doing the polka? The next day. Good morning. When can I take the GED test? We give that on request. It takes about an hour and a half. Come on down. Oh, awesome. How much is it? $10. Bring a pencil. We'll sharpen yours, but we can't supply them. Budget cuts, you know? Nah, I get it. See you in a bit. Take your time. They don't like me telling you this, but if you get here before we close, they have to give you the test. See you when you get here. Thanks, man. See you later. Now, for those of you who don't know, the GED test takes a whole freaking day. It also usually costs upwards of $100, depending on the state. In the state I was living and working at the time, it was around $200. As such, it was only offered at certain intervals. So, as I was telling dozens of people per day that it was $10, took 90 minutes and offered on request, I'm sure that they were absolutely inundated with angry people with freshly sharpened number 2 pencils, waving their $10 bills, and demanding the test that the guy on the phone told them they could come and take. Every morning I checked the website to see if my phone number was still on there. I also took the liberty of crawling around and getting the phone numbers for some managers. I was happy to hand these out when people called back to complain that they hadn't been allowed to take the test. Head back down there and ask to speak to Bob and tell them that they called the number on the website and this is what they were told. It took them about 6 more weeks to change the website. For some reason, all of the managers' numbers disappeared from the website as well. Gee, I wonder what could have happened. Why would they have done that? What did you think about this story, and would you have handled it the same way as he did? I probably would have, but I would have told them to bring a pen. Scammers stole $15,000 from me, so I shut them down. That's right, you know we're gonna read through this one. This is my jam. I love watching Jim Browning, Scammers Payback, Kid Boga. They shut the scammers down. It's a lot of fun to watch, so let's see what kind of revenge this dude got on these scammers. Wonder if he watches YouTube channels too. Did he get the idea from them? Let me know what you think. I was scammed when I was trying to sell my timeshare. I know, I should have been more careful. And after paying them $15,000, I was trying to get back at least some of my money. The person I was talking to said I would receive a refund, but then never received anything. I contacted the Attorney General in the state. They said they were in and was told they could not reach them. So the next time I talked to them, I conferenced in the person from Consumer Complaints, and she was able to talk with him, but he just gave her double talk on why there were so many complaints. So I started a plan. Can I just say maybe this is how we should all be handling these scammer type people? Call your Attorney General, call Consumer Complaints, the Better Business Bureau, and report them. Now we are getting on to the revenge. I work in high tech, and I went to their website and copied every screen they had and made my own with the word scammer in big red letters across the page. After I had all the pages created, I created my own site with the same name as this, except mine had the word scam at the end. I used a popular web hosting site to create my Send website and publish it with my domain name. It cost me $90 for 1 year. I even had other people who were scammed by them contact me on my website. I tested my website using other computers to Google their name, and my website name showed up right under theirs. So anyone who Googled their name would see the scammer site and mine next to each other. It took about 3 months and their website was taken down. Another 3 months and their phone number was disconnected. So I basically put them out of business because they would not refund any money to me. I would have been happy with even $5,000 refunded and consider the $10,000 a lesson learned. I still do not know what happened to them, but about 1 year later I got a call from another company somewhere else, but it had the exact same setup. I just ignored them. Lesson learned. Woo! I love this. Taking out the scammers. Let me know down in the comments below if you would have done the same sort of thing. Would you at least have reported them to the Attorney General? Let me know how you all deal with scammers, and be sure to catch my live streams every Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern because we talk about scams and you're going to want to know how to protect yourself from things like this. How I messed up my nasty neighbor's marriage. Ooh, this one sounds spicy. My mother and I moved back to Germany for a year after her and my dad split up. She had been a housewife for most of their marriage and even quit university because she got pregnant with me, and my father, who was quite a bit older, had a good job and was able to support her well. So when we moved back to Germany and stayed at my aunt's, my mother didn't have many qualifications, but she did courses at night and worked during the day to take care of me, and I'm proud of her. That's a good mama, my dear. I also didn't want to be too much of a burden on her, and I like to be independent, so I took up small jobs like babysitting. One of our neighbors who were good friends of my aunt and quite well off would pay me quite a lot to mind their kids. I almost became like a cheap nanny and would spend some weekends just minding them all day. Well, I liked getting paid and the children were lovely. I really didn't like the couple. See, my mother is German and my dad is Jamaican, a mixing this couple didn't approve of, and the wife would occasionally say offensive things in a roundabout way about me being half Jamaican or my dad. Like if I made a mistake, she would say I need to listen to my native half, meaning German. She later changed it to brighter since it was too on the nose. So basically, she is a racist. So no, can't really blame ya. I wouldn't like her either. Now, what'd you do about it? She would also take digs at my mother in the most passive-aggressive ways, always going on about her PhD and being a professor and how she's glad her life didn't get sidetracked by bad influences, meaning my mother ending up with a Jamaican. It was constantly like this and worse. I think it bothered me more than it bothered my mother, who never let what others said get to her. Now, the husband. Well, where do I start? He would always eye me, like constantly staring at me and mentally undressing me. I tried to ignore it for the most part, but I knew his wife sometimes caught it and it pissed her off, which made me sort of like it. He would always say suggestive things, and I'm pretty sure that he paid me far more than they normally would, and that pissed her off even more. I'm pretty sure if it weren't for him, she would have fired me, but he's clearly the dominant of the two. I did think of quitting as well, but they had a niece who would visit often, and she was about my age, and we got along well. So really, I kept on good terms with the family because they were my neighbors, and paid well, but mostly because of their niece. But when my mother announced we were leaving Germany again because she got an opportunity abroad, the husband started to get a bit more aggressively suggestive and his wife got nastier, and I was starting to get more pissed off. How this woman get nastier? Her husband started following and interacting with my social media more. He would also send me memes which would turn into text messages that went on late. I feel bad because I indulged it partly because I was afraid and didn't want to rock the boat, and partly because I knew it was pissing off his wife. He accidentally sent me a pic with him topless in a towel once, then immediately said it was for his wife. Yeah, sure it was. One day I was in their pool with their niece. The husband joined us, and while play fighting in the water, he came up behind me and accidentally slid his hands under my bikini top and copped a feel. At this stage, I told myself I was going to do something to get them back before we left Germany. At dinner that night with him, his wife and my family joked about a watered-down version of the pool incident at the dinner table. Everyone thought it was just an off comment and laughed it off, but he went very quiet, and I could tell, despite laughing, his wife wanted to kill him with her eyes. Me and their niece got into an argument after because she said my joke was inappropriate, and I said that her uncle was inappropriate. Kinda tongue-in-cheek, but also not really. It's not like I had proof either because I deleted all his messages. After that, we weren't as close anymore. You'd think this incident would have stopped my neighbor from being suggestive, but he only got worse. And would openly say things like, "Let me squeeze," but as a joke. Yeah, I don't think the whole "it's just a prank, bro" thing really works here. So on my last day babysitting while the kids were asleep, I stayed in their pool with their niece. The husband came out and sent her off to a local shop to get something for him, saying he had a bad back. Yeah, right. He just wanted to be alone with me. He got in the pool and started play fighting in the water again. I got out for a few minutes and while upstairs saw his wife cycling towards the house, and straight away I got an awful idea, but right then, didn't care. I ran back for the pool and took off my bikini top. I told him, "Is that what you were waiting for then?" And he grinned like an idiot. I jumped in the water and waited till the very last moment before letting him reach me. I asked to get on his shoulders and he let me on. In mere seconds, his wife walked out into the back garden, seeing me on his shoulders topless. She was speechless and paler than pale. He froze, and when she managed to finally say something, he lied, saying the straps off my top must have come off and he didn't notice. But I just said in a laughing voice, "We were just playing." Without saying a word, his wife just turned and walked back into the house. He got out of the pool and went after her. He didn't say much at all to me after and paid me 5 times the amount, saying to just forget the pool. That was the last day that I saw that man. After moving, I learned from my aunt that shortly after we left, the couple went into marriage counseling, which according to her was weird because they were the perfect power couple of the neighborhood and were the backbone of the community, never having major issues. I feel sort of bad for it because of the kids and that I escalated things too far. But honestly, a part of me says, fuck that couple. I haven't told my mother all this yet. Not because she'd be angry with me, but because she'd be upset that I went through this alone. Ooh, girl, you're a little savage, I gotta say. Let me know down in the comments below what you think of this story. Was she maybe a little bit too revengeful, or would you have done the same thing? Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this r/Prorevenge video. Please do give it a like, subscribe if you're new here. Think about joining the members. Every little bit helps the channel so I can continue to make amazing content for you. I don't know, maybe you don't find it amazing, but I have fun doing it. So I hope that you do give it a like and share it. You know, maybe your friends will like it too. And no matter where you are, what you're doing, I hope that you have a fabulous, fabulous day. Take care. I'll see you in the next one. Bye. And don't be too revengeful out there.